The first danger zone is an awareness that the most dangerous people on the planet are people without a vision or purpose. They are dangerous folks. Their mind becomes available to the day-by-day trends that are going on in the world, whatever is trending, whatever is popular. Their minds are open to the emotional contagion of the planet, and they live primarily as a kind of emotional reaction to what's going on in the world. Those are some dangerous folks. Because when they bump into you, they could become an energetic vampire that tries to suck your energy, or two, they become an individual that can try to pull you into the pity party of the masses and give you a filter of everything that's going wrong on the planet until you live in a kind of malaise and doubt and fear and worry and lose your energy and zest for your own growth, development, and unfoldment. Those are some dangerous people. And they primarily live in the frequency of whining, moaning, and complaining. You know, and you have to look at yourself to see if you're one of them sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Are you always whining about something, you know what I mean? Or moaning? I'm more of a grown moan kind of person. Somebody would say something, somebody would say something, I kind of go to, you know. But I'm changing now to, I'm going to up-level that to, interesting, you know. But you got to look. The dangerous people generally live in whine, moan, or complaining. And what happens, what's interesting about that is, unbeknownst to people that are unconscious, that whine, that moan, and that complain becomes a vibrational groove. It gets cut deep into the subconscious mind, and when it becomes a groove, it actually looks for something to whine about. It looks for something to moan about. It looks for something to complain about. It's not satisfied until it can be expressed. So as we up-level our awareness, and through the sacred art of meditation and prayer and being mindful, we do not give vent on a regular basis to the whine, to the moan, or to the complaint, and we begin to establish ourselves as a frequency of possibility of the good that we want to experience. And then you move into the second danger zone. The second danger zone are the individuals that are dangerous to the previous paradigm. They're dangerous to the status quo. They're dangerous to the limited point of view. You want to be one of those kind of dangerous people. You know, you have come to the planet, and you did not come to the planet to walk lockstep in the status quo, stuff that's already here. No, you came to be dangerous to the status quo. You came to be a conscious disruptor of the previous held paradigm, not in negativity, not in hate, not in fear, but your mere presence of the next stage of human evolution is dangerous to the previous paradigm. Lack, limitation, fear, doubt, worry, greed, and things of that particular nature that run amok and have normalized themselves in the world via the media. You want to establish yourself in such a frequency of divine love and gratitude and appreciation and generosity and forgiveness and kindness, in other words, character development, that you look absolutely strange to the old paradigm of might makes right, with the understanding, as I said earlier in the first service, that we must finally come to an understanding that hate is not a family value. It is not a family value. Though it has become normalized politically, though it has become normalized throughout the dark side of social media, people saying all manner of negative things and not being held accountable because they wouldn't say the same thing to a person if they were in person with them. We must rise up to the frequency that this kind of hate is not a family value. Family values are love and peace and joy and harmony and generosity and forgiveness, patience, love. And so we want to be dangerous to the limited paradigm of separation and greed and immature competition and might makes right and comparison with each other, so that we're no longer playing the game of superiority, inferiority, or even equality. Those can be used politically, but spiritually, there is no such thing as equality. We're unique expressions of infinite possibility, and the only thing that is equal about us is we all have direct access to the source of all creation. Are you following what I'm saying here? Are you catching this? And so every individual is pretty much the same, and the only thing that separates us are our mental habits. That is what separates us. Everyone has been given everything. Equal access to the source of all creation. The presence of God from the before time began gave us its entire self, trusted us with every single quality. And the only thing that separates us are our habits, our mental habits, our conversational habits, our physical habits. And if you can bring your mental and physical habits under the right use of the law, you will see, regardless of how many mistakes you may have made in the past, regardless of your past perception of yourself, regardless of the perception of yourself that you may have gleaned from other people, you will rise out of the muck and the mud of that kind of confusion, and your life will take on a startling resemblance to the presence of God itself, because your life is an emanation of the only life that there is. This is what you want to catch. Everyone here, basically the same in our interiority, unique emanations of the presence, but our habits ultimately show up as our life. So you develop a habit, you come to Agape, you get into the activated energy of a sacred service, you take a class, you are encouraged to have spiritual practice, not to be religious and pious. Oh, I meditate every day, I'm so good. No. You enter into a spiritual practice so that you become dangerous to your previous self, dangerous to your previous paradigm, dangerous to your previous belief system, dangerous to your previous way of practice. You're in a very positive danger zone. And it's beautiful. You become the individuals that become keenly aware, period. And what are you aware of? There's two kinds of sleepwalkers on the planet. One's dangerous sleepwalkers. They don't know they're sleeping. They're just caught up in the gestalts of the world. They don't know they're sleepwalking. They're dangerous. They kind of create a little havoc out here in the world, you know. And then there's the sleepwalkers that know they're sleeping and are seeking to wake up. That's positive ignorance. I know I don't know everything. I'm practicing. Negative ignorance, I think I'm a know-it-all. I don't even know I'm sleeping. I think I got it together. You're in the realm, if you're in this room, of knowing that at some level you're asleep. You have awakened to a degree which allows you to embrace the universal spiritual principles. Universal, meaning they're in all paths of truth, and no path of truth can own them, but everyone can practice them, you see? So you know you're sleepwalking. You're not as dangerous to the new paradigm because you know you're sleepwalking at some level, and you're always seeking the next great insight into your becoming as the oversoul is unfolding through you. That's a long sentence, but it's a good sentence. So you're always on the verge of who I am as a spiritual being, my being, and what's next in terms of the next expression of this infinite aspect of who I am. That's the growth factor. Now, if you walk with that awareness, inertia will turn to momentum. Where there is stagnation in your life, the progressive nature of the universe, you'll start to vibrate with that, and movement will take place. Now, here's the beautiful part about that. As you yield to the progressive nature of the universe, so presence and its universal laws, that sometimes, and you yield to it, you say in substance, show me the glory I had with thee before the beginning of time. I am here for the next stage of my own unfolding. I want to be the next great version of myself. I know that I'm sleepwalking at some level of my life. Let me wake up. You see, you introduce some kind of aspect like that. You get caught in the momentum of a progressive universe. And you may not know exactly what you want, exactly what it's going to look like, but it starts to, the movement of the eternal starts to move through you. And you start to give visions, and you start to give dreams, and intuitive hits, and hunches, and little pinpricks of, oh my God, there's so much about me I didn't know. I thought I was simply the son or daughter of my parents. I thought I was simply that place where I grew up and the schools I went through and the things that happened to me. There's so much more about me. It starts to leak through, you see. And then when that desire of your heart starts to take over, you see, you don't get rid of desires. They become transmuted into the higher frequency of your growth. And then you realize that every single desire that is incomplete until it has a universal outlet. That every desire that's moving through you eventually has a universal outlet, which means what's trying to come through you is not just for you, it's for the world. It's for society. It's for your descendants. It's universal. It's not selfish. When you're sleepwalking and don't know it, then oftentimes you have these desires, but they're selfish. Me, my. No. They become universal. It's for everyone. It's for the big we. I want to infuse the noosphere, the mental atmosphere of the planet with seeds of such love and peace and harmony and wholeness that the fact that I came to earth, the world is better. Because I came here, it's better. I've seeded it with something else. Come what may, regardless of what was going on, I had enough strength of character to hold fast to that which is real and eternal. The wine is gone. The moan has been transmuted. The complaints have been dissolved. I see a vision of possibility. The energy is coursing through me. I'm living in it. I have a soulful tryst with the presence that is pure love. And everything that wants to come through me has a universal outlet. It affects the neighborhood, the world, generations even after I leave. All of you are in that number. I don't care if you're washing dishes, you can infuse so much eternality into that dish that when someone eats off it, they'll go into nirvana. Ooh, what happened? This fork, oh my God, I feel like I just want to be a very peaceful being. What happened? You infuse the love into it. The eternal went into it. Think about the world being infused with your deliberate, lawful, loving life and coming in and being a danger to the previous paradigm of lack and limitation and separation and hate and bigotry and homophobia. You're dangerous to that. Be strong in the next stage of your own unfolding. 2 danger zones. Where are you? Dangerous to other people because you have no vision and purpose, or dangerous to the previous paradigm because you're living with vision and a purpose? I'm daring to say you're in the second danger zone. Say, I'm dangerous. I'm dangerous to limitation. I'm dangerous to scarcity. I'm dangerous to hate. I'm dangerous to the sense of separation. I'm a dangerous man. I'm a dangerous woman. I'm a dangerous gender nonconforming. I'm just dangerous. Somebody scream about it. Woo-wee. Now, everyone who can, take a stand right now. Stand up. And be aware that once you become dangerous to the previous paradigm, it will attack you. It has to. It just, it has to hold on to its survival instinct. But you're strong enough to withstand the slings and arrows of a paradigm that's dying for the new paradigm that is coming. You remember the statement by Albert Einstein in which he was asked at a particular time in his career, it was after he had begun to articulate the theory of relativity, equal mc squared, energy and matter, the same thing, vibrating, different rates of speed, which opened up quantum reality and timeless dimension of ultimate good. And he was so attacked, maligned, and someone asked him how he handled all that. He said, arrows of hate have been shot in my direction many times, but they couldn't touch me because they came from a world in which I did not inhabit. Could not touch me. So when you begin to vibe at the next level of your own unfolding. You begin to have a vibrational frequency of a love and a peace ethic, a joy celebration ethic, a generosity, creativity ethic. You might be talked about. But they're coming from a world where you're not living. So you won't even be touched. You'll be like Meshach and Abednego, going through the situation, not being burned, baby. You understand, Reverend Joanne, what I'm talking about up in here. And so this is where you want to live. Scream about it. Say, I'm a dangerous being. Let the Jericho walls fall. By my high vibration. Put your hands up. Let your heart be open. Take a breath and go, ah. And as your hands are open in this moment, you're in a sign of sweet receptivity, availability, acceptance of the good that is seeking to pour forth through you. Say with me right now, I'm available to more good than I've ever imagined. I'm available to more love flowing through me than I've ever experienced. Peace is my name. Prosperity is my name. Joy is my name. Beauty is my name. Intelligence is my name. I'm receptive to all of that and more. And so with your hands still up for just a moment, we're going to enter into a prayerful tryst, and then I'll invite you to sit down in just a moment. But in this moment, just feel like you're taking a stand for integrity. Integrity is not a moral issue. Integrity means that you are integrated with your higher self and are walking in that direction of growth and unfoldment. You're in integrity with your own unfolding. And so you're taking the stand for being in integrity with your real self. We open ourselves up to the frequency of gratitude and thanksgiving. This is where it begins. I'm grateful, I'm thankful, I'm so appreciative that I exist at all. Oftentimes our mind wraps itself around all of our issues that we're facing, and we forget that we exist. We exist, that we have everything within us seeking to express itself by means of us. We take things for granted, not us. We enter into the space of gratitude right now. Thank you. Just say thank you for a while. Just live. However you want to say it. Thank you, life. Thank you, God. Thank you, love. Thank you, presence. Thank you, abundance. Thank you, prosperity. Thank you, intelligence, for flowing through me. I am grateful. And in this consciousness of thanksgiving, we begin to recognize a presence that is never an absence everywhere. God is everywhere. We begin to recognize the invisible presence showing up as grace notes, showing up as safety and protection, showing up as right action, just showing up in our life. We recognize the presence of God. and we can't recognize it unless we're connected to it. So our life must be an emanation of it. We're unified with it right now. I'm one with God. Say it. Don't be shy about this piece right here. I am one with God. My life is an emanation of God. And so in this consciousness of unity, the word is spoken. It's a vibration. It's an activated frequency. In the beginning is the word. In the beginning is a divine idea with a feeling tone. In the beginning was the word, and the word was with God. The word is God. Nothing created without the word, the vibration, the frequency, the high spiritual idea that I'm speaking right now for each and every one of us. And coded in that word right now is divine freedom and spiritual liberation. And coded within this word right now is divine wholeness and health and vitality and vigor and wellness and strength and well-being. And coded within this word right now is harmonizing prosperity and wealth and absolute knowing that all of our needs are being met. And coded within this word right now is a wisdom and a guidance and a direction moving through us in a language in a way that we can understand. And coded within this word right now is the power to transcend all seeming obstacles and hindrances in our life. All of that is in the word that's being spoken right now. This word knows you. It knows who you are. Doesn't know the obstacle, doesn't know the hindrance, doesn't know the obstruction, doesn't know the complaint. It only knows who you are. It's being set free through your willingness. Anything that would hinder, delay, or block, or obstruct it, this word is serving now as a law of elimination. That is sweet embrace, transmutation, and transcendence of that previously held frequency. Oh, we're free in the Spirit. Free in the spirit of love. Free in the spirit of peace. Free in the spirit of joy, and we are not embarrassed by our joy. Regardless of the calamity that's moving through the world, we're not embarrassed by our joy. It brings us to right action as to what we're called to be and to do in the world to alleviate suffering, lack, experience. We're called to be what our gift is. As you begin to take your seats right now, as you begin to just sit and just marinate in the word that has been spoken, something wonderful is happening. Say it. Something wonderful is happening. Say it. Something wonderful is happening through me. Oh, just be with that for a moment.